Hey yo, what's good YouTube? You already know, man. It's your boy LaRon. I'm back with another video. Yo, you already know how it go. If you're new to the channel, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you like the video and all that shit so you can be in the mix of what's going on. So listen, y'all already know I dropped my new EP is out tonight. Everywhere. Album Leaks Volume 1. Make sure you check that shit out, please. You know, listen, I come up here, I love to do commentary and shit like that. I don't listen, I appreciate when people like super chat and shit like that, but I just, you know what I'm saying? I do this shit because I like to do it. So, you know, I got other shit going on in the background, you know what I'm saying? But please go to my community tab or go to your iTunes, search LaRon, cop that Album Leaks Volume 1. It's only $4. You know what I'm saying? That shit is nothing. So please support that. Also, we gonna be here talking about Kanye West. I was like I actually was watching his interview and I didn't see the last few minutes. I guess he probably discussed some different things, but I'm just gonna go based off of what I seen in the interview. So we're gonna talk about the part 2 of the Kanye West shit, the Kanye West Drink Champs interview. And then also I was just watching something from Azealia Banks where she was talking about the streaming and shit like that. So it's just crazy to me, like first and foremost, like, and I'll touch on that once I talk about like Azealia Banks and go into that. And then also Beyonce, she came out with a new record tonight. It's on the soundtrack for what's the soundtrack that it's on? I was just actually playing it on Spotify. The original song from the motion picture King Richard. So do I want to start with the Beyonce track? I know I'm definitely not playing that because, you know, she don't play that shit. So you can't ever play Beyonce's music on a stream. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let me just see. What's up, Michael? What's up, Ferocia Goat? Okay. Definitely gonna check it out. Thank you. I appreciate that. What's up, Sean? So yeah, where do I want to go first? Where do I want to go first? Let me do what I think is gonna be easier first. So I'm gonna go into the Beyonce joint. So I like the Beyonce record. I'm not gonna say that I loved it, but I liked it. I thought it was a cool record, and what I really liked about it was it sounded like it was like curated for a soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? When I heard that record, it didn't make me feel like it was something for her album or anything. I felt like, and you know what's so crazy? This is so important. It's so important because a lot of artists, and this is why I try to say, like, I'm not trying to be funny or nothing, right? And I had even like some self-reflection when it came to the whole Kanye West shit, because it's just like the person he's portraying in this interview. Please, let me tell you something about me and why people hate me. And I don't try to be a certain type of way, but I remember what you tell me. I don't care if you told me something 12 years ago. You told me that's your truth. So it's just like, wait till I get into that. But anyway, when it comes to Beyonce, I really like the song. I'm not gonna say I loved it, but I felt like it was a vibe for a movie. I like the message behind it. It was empowering. It was empowering. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if I'll be playing it like that, but I definitely think it's a good song. You know what I'm saying? I felt like it felt the mood of, you know, whatever she was trying to reach with this soundtrack. So check that out if you want to. But I think it's a pretty dope track. Let's see. I wonder if did any other songs that's from that from the King Richard. Is any of the other songs out? Let me see real quick. So it says "Be Alive" original song from motion picture King Richard. I don't see anything else. Maybe they released this as the lead single. You know what I'm saying? Damn, I feel blessed. I dropped the same day as Beyonce. I mean, something was in the motherfucking cards. You know what I'm saying? That's dope. So listen, yeah, I think it's a dope song. Let me just see. Great track you released earlier. Thank you. I appreciate that. Make sure you check it out on Spotify, Apple. That shit is literally everywhere. I uploaded that shit through the channels on like October 5th or like at the end of the month. At the end of September. So I had this date for a while, you know what I'm saying? And then mixed in between the date, I lost my damn friend. And you want to be honest, that shit honestly fucked my promo up, because when real, this is what I'm saying, like when real life shit happens, you can't move. That shit is paralyzing. I had so many different things I was going to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was supposed to do an interview with this blog just about my whole shit, like just different things that it's important for you to do, like as an artist, right? But I scraped it. And now I fully understand where you just see people out there on tour and they going through shit and they cancel shows. Like, could you imagine having to step on stage with 50,000 people and you lost your damn family member or some shit like that? Like, life is real, and that shit is happening all the time. So, yeah. I definitely felt that shit, so it just slowed me down. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just, like, when y'all see that lyric video that I just put up, I literally just, I went through my channels of getting it and I just paid for it the other day. Like, I was like, let me just get this lyric video because I know that, like, you know what I'm saying? This is one of my favorite songs. I didn't do a lyric video for Voicemail, so I was like, let me do a lyric video for Here We Go. Let me honor my friend in it. It's just like, life is so crazy, yo. And this is what they say, where they just like, you know, make plans. If you want to make, what they say, what's the saying? I don't remember it verbatim. They was like, you want to make God jealous, make plans or some shit like that, right? Here I am thinking like, oh, I uploaded this shit. I'm just going to be able to work. The holidays is coming. And then those devastating blows that just come out of nowhere and it just throws you off kilter. I was thrown off for a while. Like, let me tell you, it's so crazy, right? So I went to FedEx, like I ship my packages through FedEx. And so the lady who works at FedEx, like I speak to a few of them, but it's only one of them who really know my business because me and her just connected like that. So the other lady, I came in today and she was just like, where you been at? Whatever. And I was just like, you know, I've just been busy on a local level, but I can tell she was trying to dig for more information. And I looked her straight in her face and say, yeah, I just been busy. I don't speak to you like that. And you know what's so crazy? I have family members that's like that too. I don't know if any of y'all are closer to any one of your certain family members or shit like that, but certain people know shit about you, certain people don't. And it's not necessarily that you don't tell them, it's just that you don't have that connection with them. I don't force shit with nobody. I don't. I do honestly feel, and this is not like trying to be narcissistic or anything, but I do feel like I am more emotionally intelligent than most. And it's only because I've been in certain places and had to deal with certain shit. Like, real talk. That's the only reason why, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm the type of person where I can listen and firmly stand my ground. I will curse, like, we can curse each other out, get our feelings out, as long as we're not touching each other, anything like that. And I can still look you straight in your face with no anxiety. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as we being like, it's some sort of cohesive argument and it's not like trying to, you know, flip to violent. But I'm an adult. I'm not one of those people where you could say something little to me and then I'm mad at you forever. And then you got like, are you okay? Are you okay, you baby? Oh, you all right? No, that's not emotionally intelligent. You know what I'm saying? That's like if you go into work and they put you on a specific position that you hate to do. This is your job. Of course, you might hate it a little bit, but your body language and everything is going to make them do it more to you or take you off of it. You know what I'm saying? Do everything. That's just my approach. A lot of people don't realize they make a lot of shit bad for them based off their attitude, based off their inability, like, you know, like just not able, just shutting down in arguments and shit. Like, that's not an adult to me. That's a quick turn off. So, listen, the lyric video was nice. Thank you. I appreciate that, Yuri. So, listen, let me just see. Loving the leaks. Thank you. I appreciate that. You know what's so crazy? Like, yo, I had the album leaks volume 1, right? And the true story behind that shit was that these were songs that I was supposed to been put out. And I honestly, even with the new music that I'm working on, I couldn't put that shit out until I put this out. And it's just so crazy. Like, yo, this song, Here We Go, right? So my friend Lester that I honored in this shit, right? He knew that I was working on this project, but I don't think he ever heard Here We Go, because when I released it, I wanted this to be like the surprise, because I don't do music like this. You know what I'm saying? This is music that I love, and music, if you look at my community, well, I love Lady Gaga music, even though I picked her apart on that fucking R. Kelly shit. Yeah, you knew what R. Kelly was what he was doing back then, and you still chose to work with him. You know what I'm saying? And then years later, as it started to surface in the case and everything, she tried to disassociate and like, no, sweetie. You performed on SNL. You had newspaper clippings all over saying all this stuff about you and him and all of this different stuff. The thing is, it wasn't as high back then. So don't try to fucking, no. So that's my only issue that I had with Gaga. She went right into that damn New York City white girl mode. Like, she ain't, listen, stop playing these games. So, yeah. So when it comes to like Here We Go, it was just like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? At first I was scared to put that shit out. And then after the years, I was just like, fuck that. And more so now, like, just losing my friend, my whole perspective, just, I'm telling you, and you could think it's fake if you want to, but I'm telling you, I know what I know, and I know what I'm doing, and I know that I have changed. I know that I have, because certain shit, I can't do it no more. Like if it's not growing me, if it's not mutual, I'm not fucking with it. Don't give a fuck. Life is too short. And I realize above everything, I have life. You know what I'm saying? I have life. I know my friend died with a fucking huge house, fucking 1,000 pairs of sneakers, like great fucking like travels and shit like that. Like I'm telling you, I'm not trying to be funny or nothing. In 41 years, I know people like me, I ain't did half the shit that he did. That's inspiring. I know niggas who are gonna die in their 70s and they probably never did the shit that he did. Never has been as happy as he was. You know what I'm saying? The shit is just sad when you think about it. It's just like, damn, this nigga had a huge house. He treated himself well. He traveled. He ate good food. He loved on his friends and family. Everybody at the fucking funeral is just like, I ain't never see this boy mad and nothing like that. What the fuck do I got to be mad about? And what do I have to? Nah, we got to switch shit up. We got to put it in perspective. We got to switch it the fuck up. So that's what I'm on. So listen, here we go. 1 second. I must have been running my mouth too long that the damn screen locked. Damn, I need to go to the. Hold on a second. Do I want to go? No, I gotta. I have a sparkling water. So let's see. Cynthia, sorry for your loss. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. I'm promoting. Here we go. Thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah, man. So matter of fact, let me play that real quick. Which one I want? No, I want to start with Selfish, because Selfish is just how I felt when I was just like, back in 05, shit was so fucking live. I wrote out the illest rhymes of my goddamn life. I was like, damn, how the industry ignore them. I was writing chart toppers straight out of boredom, booking out studios and really couldn't afford them, dropping hot tracks and niggas wouldn't applaud them, but acting like it's cool every time I saw them. That just gave me more drive now when I record them. Inspect your connections, accept no exceptions, because you know these devils be good with dealing with deception. I find my own way, I don't need no directions. Yeah, I made a few errors, sat back and reflected. I'm in a different space, I don't need no contract. I'll look you in your eyes like fuck your contacts. You get it? Like I'll look you in your eyes like fuck your contacts, like your contact lens, and fuck the contacts in your phone. I'll look you in your eyes like fuck your contacts. They show they true colors, ain't no need for contrast. And watching them eat, why should I fast? Like what? Fuck out of here. Let's go, man. Let's get into that real quick. Let me turn this on. I should have turned this on. Hold on a second. Yeah. I did it all by myself. Yeah. Just by myself, yeah, and I ain't need no help, nah. I did it, y'all, yo, I did it, y'all. I did it all by myself, yeah. Just by myself, yeah. And I ain't need no help, nah. I did it, y'all, yo, I did it, y'all. Back in 05, shit was so fucking loud. I wrote out the illest rhymes of my goddamn life. I was like, damn, how the industry ignore them. I was writing chart toppers straight out of boredom, booking out studios and really couldn't afford them, dropping hot tracks and niggas wouldn't applaud them, but acting like it's cool every time I saw them. That just gave me more drive now when I record them. Inspect your connections, accept no exceptions, cause you know these devils be good with dealing with deception. I found my own way, I don't need no directions. Yeah, I made a few errors, sat back and reflected. I'm in a different space, I don't need no contract. I look you in your eyes like fuck your contacts. They show they true colors, ain't no need. We ain't even finished the commentary, so I ain't even gonna let off on that right now, because I feel like I'm already just, you know what I'm saying? Let me finish the commentary first. So listen, we did the Beyonce shit. What else? So what do I want to jump in? Let me just go straight into the Kanye West interview. So y'all already know, I respect Kanye West a lot, right? Even through this part 2 of the interview, I did make a few notes of some things that I wanted to touch on, but I just want to kind of like, let me see. All right, so let me just say this, and I mean this in the best way possible. I don't want to offend no family members or anybody on any side, but to me, I didn't understand why Larry Hoover Jr. was there. I'm just going to say that off top. I don't understand. And it's just like, I get this sense from Kanye West. It's just like you affiliating with all of these people. Like, that man has been locked up for 47 years. His kid seems like he's a decent human being or whatever, right? I'm not saying that it shouldn't be no justice for Larry Hoover. Like, free him if it's wrong, if that was an injustice, right? But I feel like there's so many other things going on in the streets of Chicago where it's just like Kanye gets these affiliations with people, and I just sometimes don't know where it's going. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then it was just like, while Trump was in office pardoning people and shit like that, he was just saying some shit about like, oh, I didn't like the lawyer or some shit. And it's like, okay, did you not like what was, I don't, you know what I'm saying? It's just so many different little questions when it comes to Kanye to me. And I have to be completely honest with you. Like, I sit back and I be like, yo, you know what? Kanye West, he need a real friend. He need somebody that keep it real with him. And honestly, throughout the whole interview, I've realized something. And this is my whole approach on people. Don't change people. Accept them for who they are, accept for what they give. And you see whether you want to move around. To be honest with you, I don't know if I could be friends with somebody like that. Because for one, it's just like, I don't know if you guys have ever met a person where it's like, say you meet a person and they like super negative, but they don't even realize it. It's like they don't even understand how the fuck they showing up. Like, he gave this, like, listen, let me tell you this, right? He was talking about mental health and like how people saying he crazy, he this, he that, like all the stuff he was doing. First and foremost, when you talked about wearing the Hermes bags, you were saying crazy. You meant to say gay. So stop saying crazy over you. He was applying crazy to everything. He's like, Kanye wore the Hermes. He crazy. He this, he that. And it's just like, Kanye West is just like, you ever know when your computer got a virus and the folders just keep opening up left to right? Like, they just keep flooding the screen. Like, you know what I'm talking about? When you remember, I don't know, I haven't had that in a while now because I've been using a MacBook. But I'm telling you, you ever had like a virus on your computer and it just keeps opening up different folders? I feel like his mind is like that. It's like one thing after another. It's like just keeps coming. Oh my God, it's very exhausting. It's very exhausting to me. Let me just see if what did I pull from? Because I don't want to look at my notes. I just want it to come from my mind. But it was just like it's always something. You know what I'm saying? Hold on a second. Let's see. Oh, you ain't fake. You being reflective shows how president. Yeah, I feel that's the only way that you can truly grow. Let me look at this. Let me look at this real quick. One thing I did like is how he talked about. So listen, Kanye West is a heavy name dropper, right? So it's just like he fired that other attorney, and then now he has Bill Cosby's attorney. Like shit like that, right? I'm not saying that not saying that he's not a good person, but it's just like, what if you would have worked with that lawyer then? It's like, what could he have possibly done? It's like, did you just not like him because it's you? Because I'm telling you, Kanye West is one of those people who don't realize how he's showing up. And I want to tell you this right now, right? I have a generalized anxiety, right? So I have a generalized anxiety, but I was just telling this lady the other day where I felt like my anxiety actually helps me. It keeps me away from people, places, and things that I don't need to be around. I don't have the type of anxiety where I don't go to concerts. I don't go to the bar, even by myself to have a drink, sit down, have my dinner. I do all of that shit. I don't have any type of anxiety to where I'm scared to go places. My anxiety is more so with unknown people and just like getting to know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that. But what I will tell you is there's different mental disorders that people do need medication for to like, cause they could spiral out of control. And if like Kanye, I don't want to say if he said verbatim that he's not going to take it or, whatever, but some people do need medication. They do. Cause you want to know why, right? Like reflecting on this part when he was talking about the Gap in them, or I think he was talking about the Gap in Nike, and he keep bringing up Virgil. It's like Kanye West, I don't think he realizes how annoying he is. I really don't think he knows it. And that's the scariest type of person because he will always think that he's right. He will always use religion to try to argue you down on some shit like that. And those people to me are they're very scary. They're very scary. Like because people who use religion for everything, they will use it to manipulate you with it as well. So listen, when he was talking about the story, so basically, just look how he acts throughout the whole interview, right? Just be a fly on the wall and see how he acts, right? If you're a brand and you know that Kanye West is influential and he'll sell your brand, right? You'd be like, you know what? We could do a deal with Kanye, XYZ, right? But on the back end, you might not want him on the back end. You just want his influence and he's going to get paid whatever he's going to pay. But you get to see the bigger issue that a lot of these companies, and it could be race, it could be some racism, right? But I don't think that's for everything. I think a lot of times the companies want Kanye West's influence and they don't want to deal with him on the back end. You know, they want him to be on stage. They don't want him to be behind the scenes. And all I'm gonna tell you is this, right? I'm gonna compare two people to the situation. Have we seen how, like, one thing I kind of dislike and I like about Jay-Z is he's very careful when he speaks, and that shows that he's thinking. He's thinking. Jay-Z is very, and you know what's so crazy? What taught me that was working in insurance. This lady was trying to get some sort of like surgery or some shit like that, and she was trying to get me to fuck up the wording on the phone so bad so she could get it in that she could appeal it on my behalf, right? She was like, "You're being so careful with your wording." Yep, I told you that it wasn't fucking covered unless you had a prior approval, right? I was on the phone with this lady for probably like an hour, and she was just trying to take every turn on me, like, "Oh, so what if I do so?" And I kept going right back to the index and kept reading it to her, like, prior approval is required. There's no way that you can get around this, right? So she was like, "You're being very careful." Yep. Working in insurance taught me that, especially when you create policies and write policies too. Yeah, it does. So anyway, with the whole Kanye situation, and like, look at Drake, look at Jay-Z. Who do you think you would have an easier interview? Who do you think that you would have an easier business meeting with? Let's just be honest, and let's just say, based on what we've seen, based on how we've seen these two individuals act, right? Drake, Jay-Z. I don't think that. I think that it would go extremely it would go extremely smooth. Kanye West is going to pick everything apart because he has a different way of like understanding stuff, like, to me personally. And then when he talks about all of these like Republican and like all of this different shit with like black people and stuff like that, I don't feel like, first and foremost, right, I'm a motherfucker, because I go back to the square root of everything. You said in your prior interview that you're not proficient in reading and shit like that. So to me, maybe I think a little deep, but Kanye West, he kind of reminds me of like an information zombie, where he hears stuff in places. He probably didn't really do the research on it, but he just gets certain things just enough so that he could be in the mix of the conversation. Trust me, a nigga like me could tell the difference. I can tell the difference. I can tell it. So he's just able to touch on those parts that seems like it aims for the community. No, I'm not easy baked mind. I'm not. I be all over these pies like motherfucking Cool Whip. I just be thinking, and if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But I just be like, yo, hold on a second. Facts. So Kanye, like, I don't know. Let me just go see what else I wrote in these notes. But that whole Gap shit, when he was just like, they don't want me in the boardroom. Would you want that type of behavior in the boardroom? Somebody who seems like they know everything, they're a know-it-all. I'm not a know-it-all. Let me tell you how you win arguments all the time, right? So I'm going to tell you guys a personal story, and I'm just going to be, do I want to involve? Yeah, I'm going to do it, right? So my niece, right, her mom is really, really, really strict. Really, really, really strict. And I think she's so strict because her mom was on drugs coming up and she got raised by her grandmother and shit like that, right? But, you know, on paper, my niece is really, you know, she goes to a good school. She gets high 90s in all of her classes and shit. She does really, really well, right? But her mom is a narcissist. And I hate to say that out loud, but she really is. And you want to know what's so crazy? Her mom has a doctorate degree. Her mom does well. She's a high earner and everything, right? But one thing that I believe her mom was missing, based on her mother being in jail, was the nurturing. You know, if her grandmother had all of these different kids from different, you know, all these different grandkids in the house from different children that she had, and it was just a melting pot. It was a lot of molestation going on and shit like that. So in turn, yes, she did break generational curses. She's not living like her mom. She's a high earner. She's a highly educated, but she's not really nurturing to my niece like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? She does everything good on paper. She loves my niece. You know what I'm saying? But the other day, my niece, they had a little blow up, and I had to like keep it real with her and say like, yo, you have to make sure you're not going extra hard on your daughter based off the life that you had. And also you cannot address these kids in the current day with these old school ass pathologies. You know what I'm saying? Like I was on the phone and my niece was just telling her how she felt. She was like, I don't give a fuck how you feel. I'm the mother. You a child. No, she's 14 years old. She's not a child. Let me tell you something. I don't know how any of y'all was with y'all parents, but I did not have a parent that I was scared to speak to, right? Who the fuck? I was in 9th grade, told my mother that I was sad and depressed so she could get me help and bring me to a psychologist. I was open with my mom. I don't know what it's like to not be open. I felt like if I ever had something that deep and I was keeping it from my mom, I felt like it was wrong. Like, I swear to God, I felt like it was wrong. I knew that she was a tool that would help me to get the help that I needed. So why would I be stressed out every day and like thinking about shit and just being upset? No, I told the person who I knew had my health care. She brung me somewhere. They tried to put me on medication. She said, hell no. No. And then she brought me to this other lady who was amazing, who just gave me these skills that just helped me. It's so, I'm telling you, a lot of people look at it like, yo, you crazy. No. Therapy is, especially a good therapist, they'll help you navigate through some shit where it's like when some devastating shit happen, you be like, okay, like you might cry and feel that shit, but you know it's going to be like at the end of the tunnel. I'm telling you, even when I be in pain, I know that shit is going to pass over. So, listen, so basically what I want to say is that the other day some shit went down and my niece was really upset, like, you know what I'm saying? And it was all over some silly shit. But it's like her mom is she's the type of person, if you say something to her, she owns the conversation. And when I tell you, you know how I can be combative, I let her talk. And I said, see, you doing it now. I said, you over talking me. I was like, I've known you for 20 years. You've always done this. I said, this is not, I said, you know what's so crazy? You remember how you said my niece, your daughter, my brother had yelled at her? Because my brother is like, you know, kind of like my dad. He's not abusive, like, but he'd be like, sit your fucking ass down, like some shit like that, right? And she was just like, you know, like a few years ago, she was like, oh, I know why she ain't respond to that. You can't talk to her like that. And I threw that shit right back at her. I said, remember you said that about my brother? I said, so why should you be able to do it? Simple as that. She was like, look, I didn't call you for you to try to double team me. It was an open, honest conversation on the phone. She ain't hang up on me. I ain't hang up on her. And guess what? I gave her something to think about. I really did. And you know what was so crazy? And I had to start telling her some shit because I ain't want to make her scared. But my niece is really intelligent. And it's like, you would think that a person's life is perfect on the outside because they get in everything. They go into school and, you know, they got iPhone and they dress nice and stuff like that. But when you're suppressing your child's emotions and they can't emote and you're shutting them up every time, my niece was about to tell her mom, I think that you are putting off your energy from your marriage on me. And when she was about to tell her that, she cut her off and started yelling at her. And my niece was in that motherfucking car like, yep. And when we get to the hospital, I'm telling them that you jumped on me. She said, I came into the house, you told me to walk away, I walked away, and you jumped on me. And what I told my niece, mom, I said, what you don't want to be is one of those people who look good on paper and behind the scenes you treating people like shit. You treating people like shit. Listen, I don't know what you clicked on. You could listen, and based on, you probably ain't even supposed to be here, so let me block you. Don't even exert no energy for that. It ain't even worth a response. So listen, it's just crazy. A lot of people don't really know how they showing up. That was just the basis of what I'm saying is that you'll be going down a road the one way, and you think that it's right. Like, you think just because your grandmother raised you and that, you know, you didn't have a say-so or an opinion. I grew up having an opinion. I grew up like, my mom always made dinner, but we had an opinion. I called my mom every day at work like, Mom, bring some juice home, bring a snack home for us. We used to be so annoying now that I think about it in hindsight to my mom. We would call her ass every day at work and just be bugging her. She used to pick her phone up like, what? I used to be like... That shit is crazy. But yo, let me touch on some of this other shit that I was talking about with Kanye. Let's see. What else was it? I made a few notes on this bullshit. Yeah, so like I was saying in regards to the Larry Hoover's son, to me personally, let's see. I said, this is what I wrote in my notes when I was reviewing it or whatever. I said, to me personally, I find Kanye West's affiliation with Larry Hoover's son to be a clout chase. It's just my opinion. Had nothing to do with Kanye West, but the best part of his son speaking was Kanye West was quiet. That was my favorite part. When Kanye was quiet, it was my favorite part. And before I leave off of that whole Larry Hoover shit, yes, he should receive justice and all of that shit, right? He definitely should. I feel like that case is probably going to turn out, and they talking about like doing petitions and all of that stuff. So it's just like you literally fighting trying to get somebody through. I really want to know what would have happened if Kanye would have went forward with the lawyer that they already had, instead of you being a fucking narcissist and have to have control over everything. Kanye has to have control over everything. If you didn't see that spilling out in that interview, you might read people in a different way. You might look at shit that people do in a different way and just be like, oh, yeah. And you know what I noticed? A lot of people I'm from the hood. A lot of people, they just get satisfied with a lot of talk. Like, you know what I'm saying? They like a lot of that talk. I'm picking that shit apart. Like, what the fuck is you saying? What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people liked the last interview, the part 1 of the interview, and a lot of the people who was on my Facebook page, they found the same issues that I had with it. So I wonder what's the pathology behind the people who enjoy it and the people who got annoyed by it. Maybe those people are more like each other. I'm telling you, even this guy, he was on my page and I was talking about it, and it was like, all he was talking about was the things related to God, and like, I don't know. I don't want to be disrespectful with that because I'm definitely a God-fearing, God-believing man. But anybody who's too heavy on that talk is always something quacky. It's always like that. So let me just see. Yeah, so definitely justice for Larry Hoover. I just personally feel like, and listen, shit. If he talking about being rich and being a billionaire, or everything with Kanye was about how much money you got. It's like, does that really make you happy? Let me say this too, because I didn't write this in my notes, but I kept thinking it through my interview. I said, you know what? Kanye West needs somebody to not take all of his money away where he just don't got it. He needs to be like in a place, like say they find a discreet location in Chicago, right? So say they find a discreet location in Chicago where nobody can't harm him or nothing, and they just take all of his money away from him, give him like a budget of like $200 to $300 a day, but all his bills and everywhere is paid. He needs to be humbled in a way to where he's like, I feel like he needs to be back down to the place where he was first creating, because it's something, I'm telling you, even with his body language and everything, right? And then the more you talk about you don't need help, and like, listen, like I said, all mental disorders are different. I have anxiety. I don't suffer from depression. I don't have depression, or what's that shit? Bipolar. I think Kanye West might be a little bipolar. I don't know. Listen, there's different forms of mental illness, right? Listen, you know what's so dope? I don't even know what depression is, right? I know what feeling is, and feeling and having natural emotions is, right? I don't even know what that is, because I felt like I got the help that I needed at a young age to make myself go around that shit, right? Now, with getting older in age, a lot of shit is devastating, but it's just like, am I going to label me being upset as being depressed? No, I just fucking lost my friend. I'm not fucking depressed. No, depressed is when you ain't getting up and you ain't moving and doing shit that you're supposed to do. Yeah, I did fall back on work a little bit and shit, but I felt like that's when you lose somebody close to you, you grieve. That's natural. You know what I'm saying? I'm not depressed. Yeah, I was sad and shit, I'm continuing to be sad. But depression, bipolar, all of those different things, people need medication to really like balance it, because you have a chemical imbalance in your brain. You do. You know what I'm saying? You have a chemical imbalance. To me, if I even feel myself getting depressed, like one thing I know that I like to do if I do feel depressed, I like to sleep too much. I get that ass right out the bed. Nope, you about to do something. I don't do none of that shit. None of it. You got to go against it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I don't know. The energy around Kanye, I feel like that's not taking anything away from him from being a legend. What's up, Anthony? I don't take anything away from... Wait, who is this? I was just texting people telling them to buy my EP. That's crazy. I text like 50 contacts in my phone. You crazy as hell. Shit, I'm trying to get my shit to see if I could chart in the top 100 of the hip hop on iTunes. So yes, please make sure you check that shit out. Go to iTunes, type in LeRon, and then look for Album Leaks, LERON, and then look for Album Leaks Volume 1. And it's only $4. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just purchase it and support. But for certain mental illnesses, you do need medication. And I'm no psychologist. I'm no psychiatrist. Psychology is when you go speak. Psychiatrist prescribes medication, right? So I'm not a psychiatrist, but from what I see in Kanye, he's very erratic. And I feel like the money made him like that. Like, I never hear about Jay-Z talking about who he's richer than and shit like that. And he keeps dropping Virgil's name. And it's just like, I was really annoyed, to be honest with you. I don't know any other way to say it. Like, I just was annoyed. Let me see. Hold on a second. I was looking because I know a few people told me that they purchased it. I'm just looking at the hip hop charts. Okay. So yeah, let me see what else did I write in my notes. So yeah, the whole Larry Hoover thing. I said Nori was slightly annoying. He loves Black Twitter. You want me to put you onto something? Let me tell you this, right? I know that a lot of people say Black Twitter and shit like that, and you're going to think that I'm being an asshole, but sometimes I be so laser focused on what I'm doing. Like a lot of people, like if you notice with this whole Travis Scott thing, a lot of people been saying like, oh, it's a lot of like evilness and shit like that. Let me just tell you how person I am, right? I believe in God. I'm not one of those people like my family in the South. They used to always talk about the roots, like people putting roots on you and shit like that, right? I believe in God, and I feel like whatever you focus on becomes a reality. I don't believe in none of that shit. If you notice, I don't talk about none of that shit over here because it's not real to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that it's not a real thing to like, there's not evil spirits and bad spirits. That shit don't mean nothing to me. I remember one time I was standing in front of my house. We was in Colony, New York. And my brother was saying to me, he was like, bro, you don't feel some sort of energy around the house? I said, no, I don't feel it. I don't feel it. I don't know what weed you done smoked and what you going through, but I don't feel it. I don't. And I don't let people dump that. And that's one of the things, like whatever your experience is your experience. It's not my experience, right? So I do understand though that it can be some demonic things associated, but when you don't even focus on that, nah, those people are not in constant contact with me. Like, you know what I'm saying? People who do that type of shit. I used to go down south and stay with my damn grandfather, and they used to always talk about people going to the witch doctor and doing shit like that, right? It was scary as a child, but that wasn't me. Like, when we used to go down south, we used to sleep in a room with all my brothers. We would all be together. So shit, you was going to do something to us. You was going to do it all to us. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I just don't play into that shit. All of my cousins from down south, you want to know what's so crazy? My cousins from North Carolina, because I do believe they're from a small hick town. So it's not like down south like Houston, a huge city, and it's just like dope as fuck. They from a small hick town. And what I noticed with these people from these small towns in North Carolina, they all have small ways of thinking. Like, no funny shit. Like, they have small ways of thinking. Like, oh, that boy's, he doing all this for her. She must have put some roots on him. They just simple. Like, you know what I mean? Hold on a second. His ass gonna let Jay Prince punk him into apology shit. Oh my God, I'm glad you said that because I want to connect something with that. I would have told Jay Prince I said what I said, punk. So listen, Centrell, you know everything that's going on with the whole Astro World thing, and Drake was out there. So now this shit looks more calculated, being that there's a part 2 to this interview. So you been shot this shit asking Drake to come out. So is it really, it's not authentic. And you want to know what's so crazy? Even as slow as genius and slow at the same time that I think Kanye West is, right? Because he keep talking about architects and all of this shit. As genius that I think that he is, it's like I think he's just a little off. But him reading that note to Drake in the phone, him reading it through the phone, that shows how much he don't respect him. Because if I need to say something to you, Centrell, I'll be like, yo, Centrell, you know what? We went through whatever the fuck it is, but guess what? We need to come together for the greater good for Larry Hoover, right? Why did you need to read that out of the phone? Because he wanted to be funny to let it know that, listen, I don't know what it is. And I just felt like, damn, like you gonna come do a show? Like, what is Kanye doing? It's just like you got Larry Hoover's son up there. It's like you ain't even really talk about the album. I'm so confused. I didn't know why he was there, right? I feel like the man has fight for justice for him, but it's just like, are you just attaching yourself to this? And then let's go into this too while we on the Larry Hoover thing, because I didn't like the Talib Kweli disrespect, right? And Kanye, let's keep it a stack. I want to keep this shit a stack, and I'm going to relate it to myself and how things didn't feel good, right? Kanye was like, I'm not a book bag kid, or he was saying some shit about him not being a book bag kid or some shit like that. let me pump your brakes and bring you back to when you did the Barbara Walters interview, because that's something that I would never forget. Because like I always tell y'all, I don't know what it is with the pathology around niggas. They will forget everything that their mother did for them. Not saying that he did, but they know damn well their father wasn't there when they was younger, and they will talk about this nigga like, yeah, my dad, like in the current, like this nigga been there the whole time. When you was in the Barbara Walters interview, you said that you grew up acting like a girl because you was around your mother. And who you gonna act like? Listen, my mother raised me, and I know that based on like me, like me, and my mother has 4 boys, right? So my oldest brother, he was out the house like when we were growing up, right? So all 3 of us, we all have different personalities. You know, out of all 3 of my brothers, I'm a little more gentle and kinder and nice than all of them, to be honest with you, right? My dad didn't live with us. We always seen him, and yeah, I think, like, to be honest, I think I do get my emotional intelligence and just my caringness from my mom. Like, my mom always tries to help people. You know, she's a type, like, she don't even know she used to amaze me. I would be wheezing a little bit. Like, I would go to bed, be wheezing a little bit. She would go and lay right on the couch, right by my room, and she would wake my ass up in the middle of the night. Like, nope, you wheezing too much. Turn that hot water on in the bathroom and make me sit in that, turn the shower water on, steam the bathroom up, and make that shit clear my lungs out. Could you imagine your parent worried about you? Like, you don't even think about it, but I'm telling you, when she woke me up, I remember I was crying too. I was like, why did she wake me up in the middle of the night? Like, I'm trying to sleep. My cousin asked me the next day, she said, was you crying last night? Because I heard somebody crying in the bathroom, because you know our bathrooms was right on top of each other. I was like, no. But it's just the fact that my mom, like, you know, she just knew certain things. Like, she's just like, she knows what type of clothes you like. You know, all of us was different. She knows, and I feel like that takes a special person, especially to work 3 jobs on top of that and know your children too. Fathers be getting off scot-free. So listen, I do get some of my ways from my mom as far as like being complete. Like, my mother hated half-ass shit. She hated half-ass shit. She'd be like, no, do that shit right. Do it right. Do it right. All the time. She be like that. And so that's why that kind of sticks with me to today. Just with things like, just do it right. Do it right the first time, so you ain't gotta, like, you know what I'm saying? So what I was trying to say is that, like, that would be like me. Like, my father was there, but he wasn't, like, my mom was hands on. Like, I seen her having to fight to get money and like certain shit like that, and having to beg. And when you gonna come? We called him earlier in the day at like 10 o'clock, and it's like 9 o'clock at night. We need to get groceries. This nigga ain't dropped the money off yet. It was all about when he wanted to do it. And that's why my father is older now in a nursing home, and he don't got no real love around him, because it's the culture that you created around your life. And this is why I'm so fucking mad at my brother for disrespecting my mom, motherfucker. You done got everything out of her. You got everything. You done got cars. You done got everything. And for you to disrespect and try to put your hands on our mother like she was somebody in the streets who, like, we had a life that a lot of people didn't fucking have. You got a lot of fucking nerve. You got a lot of nerve, right? So my brother is the type of nigga like a Kanye, bringing up the father all the time. Like, my father wasn't fucking there. You went to prison for 4 years and that motherfucker ain't come visit you. The fuck? And you got the nerve to put your hands on your mom and call her all types of bitches like we had some drugged out mom in the streets or some shit? Are you fucking crazy? Listen, I don't even talk about my personal shit, but that shit had me so mad to the point where it's just like, let me tell you where I am right now, right? I've been through a lot of shit in life as far as like psychological shit with family and shit like that, right? My brother is ill and I would never want anything to happen to him. But if it did, like, you know what I'm saying? I told my mom, I said, he's not going to live long being like and treating you like that. His life is going to, you know, he's already on dialysis now. You know what I'm saying? And this is purely from the effects of just not taking care of yourself and just like doing too much. Like, you know, you got diabetes and you drinking Hennessy every day and just running dry, like running dry on your body. Like, that shit will catch up with you. And that's why I make that shit clear to my niece. I said, you know what? I want to reiterate. I want you to make sure that you understand, like, so that you don't think that this is some fucked up shit from God. Because a lot of people will think, like, why did God do this to me? Why did God give me a sickly parent? And I had to let her know, your dad has been smoking and drinking heavily since about 14, 15 years old. So when you 38, 40, you had a stroke. You stroked out. My brother's vision is fucked up. He can't drive a car no more, all of that. And through all of that, he's projecting anger towards my mom, somebody who's been there for you. Somebody like, we was the kids who showed up with school. We had fucking bags and shit every time coming out the car. I was so proud to be like, I know it might sound crazy, but I was just so proud to have like a mom who was just like that. Like, you know, I would always come to school with something, with a juice, with something, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was out here like somebody cared about me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So for you to treat our mother like that, my nigga, your life is going to be shortened. And I don't feel bad for saying that at all, because no, I don't know. So relating that back to Kanye, how he's just like, my father, my father, my father. But where was your dad at when you did that interview saying that you was acting like a girl? Like, where was he at then? So it's just a lot of cracks, and it's a lot of cracks in it, in the story. And hold on, let me just look at this, because I was reading that part about, oh, Black Twitter, when Nori said about Black Twitter. You want to know why a lot of people like Black Twitter? To me, I went off on a tangent telling y'all about the whole fucking witchcraft or witch doctors and shit, right? So you know why a lot of people love Black Twitter is because they don't really have a mind of their own, and they look there to see what people are talking about so that they could bring up a conversation point. Let me tell you how, like, I be laser focused on some shit right now. I've been using Twitter since like 2012 or whatever, right? When I go on there, I see whoever responded based on who I follow, right? I don't necessarily, like, I know that it's black. I'm a black person on Twitter, so I don't necessarily look at it as Black Twitter because I'm tweeting, like, or I'm doing whatever I'm doing, right? I don't look at it like that. And I really believe that people who search through shit and shit like that, they don't really like that. Because to me, I don't want to sound crazy, but it's just like, I don't be like Black Twitter. I don't be like that because I am black. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like I have my own thoughts, my own opinions. I've always have. And people will always be like, yo, you crazy or whatever, right? I don't have to look through Twitter to get opinions on some shit. I don't have to look through Twitter to do no funny shit like that, to form an opinion or to see what people talking about. Like, of course you see something that's popular going on, but how many people probably gonna hear this and be like, I love the interview, I love Kanye. The nigga, he just annoyed me. I don't know. I wouldn't want to be honest. You know how sometimes you be like, oh, you do need a real friend. But I don't know. That would be overwhelming as a friend. It just would. It would be. So, let's see. Oh, I said I love the platform they provided for Larry Hoover's son, but didn't. I fucked the notes up. Yeah, Kanye. So listen, you know what it is too? And it's just like, you could tell he's hurt over Drake and Jay-Z. And it's just like, you know how he said he called Jay-Z out and he was like, he wanted to have the conversation, but Jay-Z ain't have the conversation or some shit like that, right? Kanye is just erratic. Like, and I could just tell Drake got him in his feelings. I don't know. If you was Drake, would you want to do that show next month on stage? It's like, Kanye can't be trusted. I don't know. Only way I would do that shit if it was for the greater good and we ain't have to come on stage together, because I don't know. I get this thing with me, right? And y'all might think that I don't care if you think it's pussy or whatever, but it's just certain people, when I read their energy, I'll be like, I would never want to be in an elevator with them. I just wouldn't. It's just certain energies. And I feel like, I don't know what it is with Kanye, but he just has something with him that I don't trust. I don't know. Let me read through this. So I talked about that, the Cosbys, and that's crazy. He started singing Daddy's Back in Town. And also, I don't even know how that would be relevant to Donda. I put a little note of that. I did say that I liked about him talking about the community that he was developing in Wyoming. He had a weird Tesla analogy. Tell me how you feel, not what they said. Yeah, tell me how you feel, not what they said. So let me also say this too, right? I love when people can do a little comparison when it's something like, or analogy that reflects back to yourself or some shit. But I'm gonna compare this to TikTok now, right? You know what I feel like TikTok is? And this is why, like, I don't do that shit, right? No disrespect to anybody listening to this who do it. But people should actually fucking thank TikTok. You want to know why? Thank TikTok for allowing people to basically, what did I write in my stories the other day on my page? I said people should be grateful for TikTok. Hold on, I want to read that shit verbatim. I said y'all should really thank TikTok. Y'all should really thank TikTok for some of these preloaded personalities that you lack. I don't like that shit. I am not going on TikTok and repeating some shit that somebody else fucking said. You don't think what you're saying is powerful enough for it to be something good? All that shit be whack to me, especially. And then it's like, I hate that whiny ass white girl voice. My boyfriend. You know what that TikTok voice, I hate that shit. I hate it. I hate it. And everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing voiceovers. It's like, create your own fucking wave. Like, everybody's speaking over somebody else's shit. So yes, I do stand firm on that. What did I say? Y'all should thank TikTok for some of these preloaded personalities. Preloaded personalities. All you doing is fucking clicking on some shit and doing a sound and doing it over. Even Nicki don't do shit like that. She ends up just speaking and people follow her wave. That's it. Like, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck I look like opening up an app and saying what the fuck you said? Huh? No. Not to me, it don't go like that. Let me go back up. And what? That's right. Don't feed into the crazy shit at all. You do what you see. Laughing my ass off. Don't fall for that mind-altering bullshit. Exactly. My brother talking about, don't you feel some energy around the house? I don't know. I just been feeling something. I said, no, bro. I don't feel it. I don't feel it. You know what I'm saying? Yes, they do. They sure do all have a small mind. Word up, hell yeah, we sure would come together. I wouldn't let no other person make me. Exactly. But what it is that everybody is seeing that it's starting to trend. So it's just like so many people saying like, what do you do when you're sad? Smoke weed. I seen so many people do that shit. It's just like some TikToks. Now, you know the TikToks I do enjoy when they're putting something together for you to think about it. I do enjoy those TikToks. I can't lie. You know what I'm saying? But just for me personally, adults especially doing that shit, these preloaded personalities, all you doing is just repeating some shit that you heard. That shit is redundant. It's redundant. To me it is. Let's see. Oh, you wouldn't call my mom no bitch. Shit. We would rearrange the whole house. And you know, like I said something mean to my brother too. Because he threatened to like do something to my mom and threatened to do something to me. And I said, shit, based on how your life is going, you'll be going before me. And I'm not saying that it was nice for me to say that. But shit, when you're disrespecting my mother, how the fuck can I feel bad for saying that? You know what I'm saying? I know that if something does happen to my brother, I'm going to feel bad when it does. You know what I'm saying? I'll have to cross that bridge when I get there. But it's like, that's our mother. She pushed both of us out. What the fuck am I supposed to say to you? Like, you being disrespectful. You not in your... Well, I think he is in his right mind because he be going to my family house and they be... Listen, stealing his money, doing all types of shit, and you don't fucking curse them out and try to put your hands on them. So yeah, your days is numbered. You disrespect your mother and do all that type of shit, your days is going to be numbered. And it's probably why he going through everything that he's going through now. This is why I be trying to be a good person, y'all. I promise you. This is why. Let's see. He sure can. Did you see Soulja Boy going off? Oh my gosh, that shit made me die. Yeah. What's up, China? Did I say hi to lady? What's up? Let's see. Oh, TikTok have exposed so many people for who they are. Yeah. The debate. Like my friend Misha, she be doing TikTok, but she do real messages on there. She be having women send her, like, this lady sent her like $500 on fucking Cash App, like just from being like inspiration. This shit is crazy. I like those type of TikToks who give the advice and different shit. But if you just doing some pre-recorded shit, these pre-recorded personalities, you just getting up there and not like, and you know what's so crazy? The people who really started those trends, those the ones who's really getting it. Their sound is going off. Create a sound. Don't follow the sound. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Oh my God, yes, TikTok knows right. Pre-recorded sound bites, pre-recorded personalities. Exactly. Nicki sets trends. She don't go on TikTok trying to fucking find somebody damn wave. Like, that shit is crazy to me. What's up, Tay? Let's see. Why are we up late? I just was like, let me go live because I stayed home tonight. I was going to go to my friend crib, but I was just like, let me stay home and go live. Hey, LaRon, I miss you. You had to drop down to show love. Thank you, Verge. I appreciate that, Verge. Let's see. Originality is always the best. Yep, true. They getting paid. Yep, they getting paid off of that. So listen, let me make sure I go through all of my notes on Kanye. All right, I talked about Wyoming. He said he slammed paparazzi and went to anger management, diagnosed bipolar. I think you could see the impulse in Kanye. Yep, this is what I said. So he talked about slamming the paparazzi and then he went to anger management. He didn't even realize. You see what I'm saying? How people don't even realize how they showing up. He didn't even realize. He felt like he was perfectly fine. You're not perfectly fine doing shit like that. You not. Diagnosed with bipolar. I said, I think you can see the impulse in Kanye so clear. And I think that's why people think he's crazy. I do think that Kanye is a genius. He did some sort of Buffalo Bill reference that I was just like, what? And I put the sad thing about it is many people do need medication for mental health. So I'm not clapping to that dumb shit. Many people in our community don't get the help they need. Some people definitely need medication. Yeah. Uh-huh. I already spoke about the Nike shit. Yeah, I see why Nike or the Gap don't want you in the boardroom. He brung Drake up again. I put like a shocked face. I couldn't. It's just like, leave Drake alone. But now I understand that this is a whole interview. And the way that they rolled that shit out and made it seem like it was separate, like you knew what you was doing in this interview. You done brought Larry Hoover Jr. up in this interview. Is that supposed to be pressure? I did write that in my notes. Is that supposed to be pressure for Drake? And then this is another thing. Kanye West give Kim Kardashian too much credit for one, right? The people who I know don't think about her like that. I'm being honest with you. He makes statements like, "Oh, they don't want Kim to be a lawyer. They don't want her to be a lawyer. They want her to impact people the way that she's doing now." And they don't want her to impact the girls in that way. Kanye, you giving Kim way too much credit. You're giving her way too much credit because most of the people who I know don't really care about her, right? And you have to think about this, right? And this is where a nigga like me correlates shit from back and forth. Computer locked. So listen, Kanye West, I don't forget anything. So first and foremost, I will always go back to that raised by your mother and you said that you was acting like a girl and all of this. I will always keep that in mind. I will always keep in mind that you basically treated Kim Kardashian like a Barbie doll. Like you dressed her up and it's like, what do you mean people don't want to see her any other type of way? You made her like that. You made her like that. You literally turned her into that type of woman. You talking about, listen, I don't even know why, like, not saying it's not a red flag, right? But Kanye West, he definitely gives me high fashion, like a fashion guru, right? I wouldn't say guru, but he's definitely, I think that he definitely set some trends and he has, he's known for that, right? But with going to Anna Wintour, you going to pick up dresses for your lady in this, it's like, who are you? Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like some shit just, and there's nothing wrong with it, but it's just like, be you. Be you. Listen, I already have a way that I think, and somebody might think it would be wrong, but let me just tell you this. I know a lot of men, and it's a few of them that I know upstate New York, and they struggle with their sexuality. And what they done is they might not never been with men like that, but they deal with white girls because they feel like they accept them for who they are. Trust me, there's a lot going on in the psychology of a person. And you might think I'm crazy, like, LaRon, shut the fuck up. But I'm telling you, there's some black men who, if you look at somebody like Kanye West, right, he's not necessarily, and I believe everything he said, how he grew up. He grew up girly and shit like that. So he probably, not saying he really likes black women or whatever, but look who he's with. I'm telling you, I don't even know if you listening to this right now know what I'm talking about. You ever seen a guy where you don't know if he's really gay or straight and he got a white girlfriend because he's comfortable with her? She ain't really gonna push the issue like that. A black girl's gonna be like, nigga, you brung me a dress? What? Huh? She gonna be on the phone with her homegirl like, girl, he brought me a dress from Anna Wintour. Girl, like, what? I'm like, girl, like, he brought you a dress? What the hell you trying to do? Make you his personal Barbie? No, but Kim is gonna accept all of that. She's gonna accept it because she doesn't even see it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or she's there to get whatever it is out of the ordeal. But I'm telling you, I don't ever forget that Barbara Walters interview because you still that person. And I feel like the erratic behavior in Kanye West, I feel like he's battling so much. Like he says some things like, oh, I feel like what did he say something about? He's dealing with things from generations ago or some shit like that. Yeah. I see straight through it. Let me tell you, you might be like, LaRon, you crazy. I see straight through Kanye West. I see straight through it. Even when he talk about women and being on OnlyFans in that conversation, none of it was believable to me. It wasn't. Thank you for the information. I needed it. I don't even know what the hell he was talking about. I used to take medicine for my anger issues. Are you bipolar or like, you know what I'm saying? You may want to just like, hold on. You may want to find something that just works for you. That's crazy. I'm fasting now, right, y'all? So I do intermittent fasting. So I don't eat after 10 o'clock. And don't be jaded like when I say 10 o'clock, that's the last time I eat. But when I eat at nighttime, so for example, today, my friend came over and I had to do some deliveries. So I had ordered like a lot of Chick-fil-A food, like, because I wanted to make salads and I wanted to share some food with them. So I had like a salad that I made home earlier and I put some nuggets in it from Chick-fil-A. So I had that probably about 3 o'clock. And then at about 8 o'clock, I made me some like stir-fried cabbage with like these Asian vegetables. And I made like a piece of corn on the cob. I put that shit in it and let it steam with the cabbage. That shit was so good. So my last meal is at 10 o'clock, but it's typically a heavy vegetable type of meal, right? And then after that, so you think about it, right? When people say they do fasting, fast when it's easy for you, right? Make it easier for you, right? So most of my hours that I'm fasting, I'm sleep. So I ain't gonna lie, I do be up like probably like to 3-4 o'clock sometimes, but it's all good. But what I'm saying is that like do most of your fasting so that you're asleep. Some people have their last meal at 6 o'clock. Sometimes to me that's just not, it's not ideal. It's not ideal. So, and my cousin was telling me today, she was like, you probably should stop eating at 10. No, I'm eating all vegetables. I can eat till 10 if I'm eating all vegetables. You damn right. See, you gotta don't let people get in your mind. I can if my last meal is all vegetables and I put a little butter on it too, and I'm still losing. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta learn how to like add more vegetables to your diet. Do that intermittent fasting, because that shit is like today, the first time I ate was 3 o'clock. Typically I eat between 10 and 12 because I was doing like a 12-hour. That 12-hour fast is really bullshit. So I normally would eat at 12 o'clock because that's 14 hours. And I did like some little reviews on people doing 14-hour fasting. So you fast for 14 hours and then you have 10 hours to eat. When I'm telling you, with the remainder of those hours in the day, you is not even gonna want to stuff your face like that. You really start to appreciate, like, yo, I went grocery shopping and got mad vegetables and shit like that. That should just be lasting. I feel like I'm not spending my money on food. Just, you learn how to have that control. I tell you, my friend passed away, right? I got me a bag earlier this week of some Frito-Lays. I just been getting Frito-Lays since they passed away because I know that they used to like them. So you know you do little things when just to remind you of a person. The old me, that bag of Frito-Lays, that shit would have been gone in like 2 days. I've been taking like literally like 10 to 15 chips and just eating them shits like every day. And it's just been making that shit just last. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you just try to shift your perspective of like what you eating and just try to like eat to live and not just OD, because I could fuck some shit up. But I was like, nah, nigga, you getting older. You got to take care of your body. You need to. And then intermittent fasting is really good for your body. It's good for your insulin levels. You know, if you on medication, like check with your doctor and shit like that. You don't want to just do something. But let's see, I control it now. Kanye West ain't been right since his mother passed. He needs to stop saying shit for shock value. Yeah. Yep. I want to know more. See, in my mind frame, I want to know what happened to the Kanye West where he said, because I believe I believe it's very relevant to the person that he was when he came into the game. It's very relevant to the person that wears the Hermes bags and things like that. All of those things that he tried to throw crazy over when he really probably wanted to say gay. When people said, oh, Kanye crazy for wearing this, Kanye crazy, he kept saying crazy. No, you need to use the word gay for some of that stuff, because a lot of people was questioning. And one thing I loved about him, you know what's so crazy? It's people like Nicki Minaj and Kanye West, like, for why I record the music like that I did, like that whole, like, if you think about it, Kanye West did that type of like EDM type music. I love his bravery, but keep it real. Like, you know what I'm saying? My nigga, I know the pathology. I'm a man and I'm experienced. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm 38 years old. I've seen a lot of men. I know black men who are uncomfortable with what, I know black men who are uncomfortable. Like, they're not really like hood. Like, you see how he tried to say, like, oh, he was street? Nigga, you not street at all. You're not street at all. At all. And I'm not either. And you want to know, you want me to tell you this? Like, when me and my brothers first started going to the studio, like in 03, 02, 03, right? At first, I was writing a lot of gangster shit. I'm not going to lie to you. But I'm telling you, you know how I told you on this channel, I reflect all the time. I always reflect. It did not feel good to me because my brothers was the street niggas, right? I'm the type of nigga, not to be funny with you, like, yo, I could make a phone call, and this is even to the day. That's why I don't be stressing shit. Like, when some shit gonna go down, nigga, I'll make that fucking phone call, and you gonna think that niggas fucking called the fucking cab dispatcher. It's gonna be niggas out there. Like, my family is just, it is what it is, right? So I grew up having that protection. So my brothers, like, we all went to school and shit like that. But you know, when we got older, them niggas just turned to be a little bit more street. And that's why you gotta appreciate it though, right? They did a lot of shit that I didn't like. Them niggas used to sit on the block and do that shit. I sat on the block one time with them out of the years that they was there, and we got drunk that. And that was the first time I drunk E&J, and the last time. That E&J did me dirty. But I don't do, that's not my style. And they respected me like that, right? Pushing my little Acura coming through. Them niggas, like, I'll stop talking, but I would never stay. Like, you know what I'm saying? My mom I was never on that block like that. Never. So everybody has a different position and different role. So to me, I felt like, what if I was talking all of that shit in my music and people from my hometown, they like, yo, your brothers is like this or that, but you don't really like, you go to work, I'm a good dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't gotta rap about, and this is why I don't rap about killing people. Why I don't. My focus in my songs is lyricism. My focus is to impress. That's my focus, is to impress. I don't have to talk. And you know what? I was saying this to somebody, right? Somebody would be really mad if, God forbid, like, there's a lot of people from my area who trying to make it and do it. And a lot of them play them hood antics where they feel like they got to be at every party. They got to do all this shit, doing it right. I be looking at a lot of these rappers from my local area, and it's like, yeah, all y'all doing is forcing fucking alcohol down your throat. Your face looks so swollen. It's just like, do better as a artist. And you're gonna be really mad if somebody like me was to make it and you felt like I didn't do all this hood footwork, right? My niggas is from, like, listen, you know me. I am from where I am, but I don't have to play all these little games where you just gotta be in the hood and you gotta do this. And then when a nigga come past you and they pass you and they got more streams than you, it's gonna be like, you gonna hate because you gonna feel like they didn't deserve it. No, just operate different. I don't gotta operate like you. Let them niggas do that shit. Let them do it. Let them do it. I always like, yo. So, yep, I changed my shit. And one of my brothers, he was like, yo, I liked when you used to spit more hard shit. Them niggas he ain't like voicemail. He ain't like that shit. Nope. But I guarantee you voicemail would, if I had the right pieces in order, voicemail would put me on a plane. I guarantee you Here We Go would put me on a plane. I guarantee you that. So a lot of people can't do music like that. I can do the mixtape shit. I could do the freestyles. I could do all of that shit. What it is like, where's your song at though? What's the music like? And that's all it is to me. So hold on a second. Let me finish. Maybe make sure I finish my notes. He said some bullshit about Trump black approval rating. It's like, how do we know that? Like, you know what I'm saying? He was saying a lot of bullshit. I said Kanye West used Kim Kardashian as a damn Barbie doll, going to Anna Wintour getting pieces. Like, what? Come on. And that's not even anything about masculine or feminine, but it's just like, read between the lines, y'all. What is it saying? Come on. That's not even bad, but it's just like, I think it's just a lot with Kanye. Asked him about going on stage, and well, I spoke about that. His little petty ways of Yep. I said his little petty ways of making his crazy look normal while trying to make Jay and Drake look foolish. Yep. His little petty ways of making crazy look normal while trying to make Jay and Drake look foolish. Listen, there's a reason why them niggas don't. You know that Jay-Z don't be fucking with Kanye sometimes, especially when he be on that shit. I'm telling you. And he's saying it. People talking about I need to be on medication. If you're bipolar, anybody, I ain't gonna tell you what you should do, but what you should be working with your doctor. You should be trying to find what works better for you. I don't know if you try CBD or anything that can help you, but try everything. You deserve to have the best type of lifestyle. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some of us need something that keeps us in place. But yo, let me tell you something. More so, I think that, so if you younger listen to this, I'm gonna tell you, when I was like 24, 25, my anxiety was way bad. Like, sometimes I would just be shocked if, like, you know, like just by little things. But I'm telling you, as you get older, you kind of like it gets a little better as long as you don't keep yourself away from things. Like, right, when I moved to Houston, all these huge and high overpasses, I used to be like, I'm not driving over that shit. And I would just be like, nigga, you going. And I would step on that motherfucking gas. You going. Like, you know what I'm saying? Those little things and those little steps will always make you better. They will always make you better. Just go against it. Now, I ain't getting on a motherfucking roller coaster because I don't like roller coasters, right? I don't like rides that take you up in the air and do all that shit. So no, that's just an anxiety that'll be permanent. And this is another thing with me too, right? If I have to go somewhere on the highway, and then you might think this is nutty, I don't enjoy long driving. If anything is over an hour, I'm not doing it. I gotta fly. I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it. For some reason, when I was younger and I started smoking and getting high and shit, right? I had this one time where I was going over the George Washington Bridge coming back from Brooklyn. And when I tell you I was sky high and I thought that I was going to fly over that bridge, it gave me this anxiety for long driving on the highway forever. Like here in Houston, I love it because the highways are built up. And, you know, you see stores, you see all types of shit. And then it's like shit going on. Things are going. Like, you know what I mean? In New York, you on the motherfucking highway, all it is bushes and open space. So, you know what I'm saying? A deer might pop out, some shit. I remember we used to travel in the left lane all the time because in our mind, we used to think that no deer would pop out. But, yo, weed will definitely give you some sort of anxieties and shit like that. Like I honestly made my anxiety bad. So remember I told y'all when my friend died, I had to stop smoking because I felt like the weed was making me sadder. I was getting migraine headaches. I'm not lying to you. You know what was so crazy? I'm gonna be truthful with you. I was getting these migraine headaches when I was sad and I was smoking the weed, right? But I promise you, since I stopped smoking weed, I haven't had any headaches. And it's like I still been like, coping with like losing my friend and shit, but I don't have no headaches. And I said, wow, I was like, why would people do something that makes you feel bad though? Like, why would you put something in your body that makes you feel bad? But I think I may want to try like edibles and see how maybe that'll give me a different feel. Let's see. He sure do give all her kinds of credit. She ain't talented like that. She passed down, ran through groupie, and only got famous. Vivid pay Ray J $10.4 million for a weak ass booty call. Damn. That's facts though. That's facts. And let's see. Ain't no way she famous off of that. She famous off being in someone's room after. Thank you. Vegetables. I love vegetables. I just do. That's all my refrigerator is filled up with now. I did buy some wings from, what's the name? Yeah, I'm probably going to make that Saturday. Probably have some wings on Saturday. Probably make some for me and my friend, depending on how I feel. But yeah, I'm ODing on the vegetables. I'm telling you guys this right now, right? You want to get yourself into a nice, like, shape or get yourself fit. Start whatever you're doing with your diet now so that by the time the summer come next year, you good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't wait until the fucking spring and be like, oh, the summer's coming. Start adding more vegetables into your diet now. That's what I do. Like, I'm telling you, this week, I alternated. Like, I either had a salad. I bought like those baby greens and mixed with spinach. I had that. I had a salad. Like the other day I had like some wings, but I didn't have that many. And then I had salad. I had multiple, like just the salad and just like a little bit of dressing. But I just been adding more vegetables. I had cabbage like Monday, Wednesday. I had cabbage today too. So if you know how to cook cabbage, oh my God, it's so good. I don't really like the big heads of cabbage because I find those to be bitter sometimes. So I like the smaller ones. And just to give you a heads up, I don't buy vegetables from Walmart. For some reason, anytime I buy vegetables from Walmart, I just feel like they get a bulk of vegetables and fruits. And I don't find their fruits and vegetables to last long. I just don't. I don't find Walmart's vegetables to last long. I don't even buy meat from there. I go to Walmart for like business stuff and for like little odds ends that I need. Like, that's what I do. What you think about Chloe doing all this extra over sexual shit for attention? I'm peeping what she's doing. I bet $5 Beyonce is telling her to do it too. She ain't doing it on her own. Yeah, she's trying to sell sex. You know what I'm saying? She's trying to sell sex. I believe it. And it's sad that she came out with that single and it ain't doing anything. Let's see. You had an Acura. Yup. That's what's up. Parking lot pimping. Exactly. Yup. I had 2 Acuras. My first car was a 1992 Acura Legend. Yes, it was. And then my second car was a 1998 Acura CL. Yup, 98. I got that like in 2002? Yeah. It was an Acura CL. I love that car. I was the first person in the hood upstate with that. As soon as I got that, man, people started popping up with the Acura CL. Yes, I was. Let me see. Black rappers appropriate culture as well. Drake, Travis Scott. What you mean? I don't know what you're talking about. And then how the hell you telling me that and you don't even have an American name? Like, what? Flying scares me. Nope, flying don't scare me. I felt like I was flying when I was high as hell going over the George Washington Bridge. That shit was scary. I don't like high bridges and shit like that. Yo, I felt like I was in that car feeling like I was going to fly over the bridge. Now, listen, I told you I have anxiety, right? But I go towards it. You think that I'm going to miss out? For my birthday next year, I'm going to Cabo, February. Yes, I will be in Cabo for my birthday. I'm about to pay for that shit right now. I'm going out there. So I'm the type of person, then I go back to the East Coast, all the time and like shit like that. So it's like, I fly, but let me tell you this, I'm not going to miss out on an opportunity just because of a fear of that. Let me tell you what I do. Before I get on that plane, I say my prayer, and then if the motherfucker crash, it crash. Of course, I ain't going to want to go out like that, but what I'm going to do? Miss out? Nope. Before I even used to do this, right? Like, say I had a flight in the morning, my ass would stay up all night, What I usually do, like this is my routine before like I fly out, right? I stay up all night because for some reason my mom, when we was younger, you don't ever go on no vacation with your house in a disarray or whatever. I'll just make sure my shit is right. I would stay up all night, get my clothes together, take my showers, and do everything that I had to do. By the time I get done with that, it's basically an hour, to get ready to go. So I would go to that damn airport and I would be in that chair falling asleep. By the time that they boarded the plane, sometimes it's many a times by the time the plane took off, I was already asleep. Because then I would have a trick for that ass, right? I would already be tired. And then what I would do, as soon as I got to the airport, I would buy me a Benadryl. I would drink that Benadryl like even before I boarded the plane. And by the time I sat in that motherfucking chair, it was lights out. I had a real smooth trip I remember when I first went to London with where did we go? Me and Lester went. We went somewhere, but I was leaving New York and he was leaving from Houston. We was going to Vegas, yep. And I remember, what did I do? I remember I popped a fucking Benadryl. I was asleep that whole trip. The whole trip. Like, yeah, it used to bother me. Now it don't bother me. Now I don't give a fuck about turbulence. Listen, this shit gonna crash is gonna crash. I know you think this shit is crazy, and then also the planes is controlled by is it artificial intelligence? They have like what is it called? It's like a pilot. It was pilot something. You have to realize this, right? The pilot only controls takeoff and landing. When that plane is up there in the air like that, it's called autopilot. They're not like doing all of that. It's called autopilot. Like, you know what I'm saying? So green beans and broccoli are my favorite. Yes, with butter on it too. You got to put a little butter. Listen, let me tell you this, right? And don't believe people like if they tell you this shit, right? If you're cutting back on your diet and say you want to do more vegetables than anything else, put a little butter on your shit. You need a little fat in your diet anyway. And then you need something that tastes like something. Don't just be eating that shit when it don't taste like nothing, because then you ain't going to enjoy it. I'm telling you from a person, when I make cabbage every day this week, I put probably like a teaspoon or two of butter in that shit, right? Just to give it a little bounce, like just to give it something. Like I made my cabbage today. I made some cabbage and then I put some Asian medley vegetables in it. And then I had like one piece of corn on the cob. But that shit was good as hell. Like, make your vegetables taste like something. Be careful with the salt, but make that shit taste like something so that you more obsessed. Like, I grew up, so this is why like every kid's experience with vegetables are different. My mom, right? My cousin used to come downstairs and be like, you cook so much better than my mother. It's just the love that she would put into the food, though. Like, the way that she cooked was different. Like, my mom, when she made green beans, she will open up a pack of onion soup mix and put butter in it. So you think, like, can you imagine, like, the onion soup mix? That shit used to be so good. My cousin used to be like, what the fuck is this? Yeah. Put a little butter in that shit with that onion soup mix. Yeah. What? Then when I moved down here to Houston, like Lester, yo, when I tell you this, I'm not even being funny. I got to send his family a card too. And you know what's so crazy? I've been like dreading going into Hallmark, like getting a card and like sending it to his family, because I'm just like, this shit is real. But it's like, I'm going to go visit his gravesite too. I'm just got to like take some time to do it. But that shit is crazy. That shit really be fucked up. Like, that's what I'm saying. How could you lose a valuable person that you love? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a friend that you love like that, and just not make a shift in life just to be better, or like, you know, just to put shit into perspective. Like the shit that matters and the shit that don't matter. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I've been talking so long. I've been on here 1 hour and 16 minutes. Should I do the Azealia Bank shit, or should I just let it go? I might just remove that from my title, because I don't really feel like talking about that, because I feel like I already dragged it for so long. Let me see something. Yeah, so listen, if you here right now, please make sure you go to iTunes. Check out my EP, Album Leaks Volume 1. It's out. You know what I'm saying? I put two new tracks on it. Here We Go and Selfish. That's new, and I put the instrumental to Here We Go too, because just because it's an EDM, you never know if somebody recreates your shit or anything like that. So I was like, let me upload this shit too. I said, now Kanye West is street. Talib Kweli, he said he never fucked with his raps. Yeah, okay. Said he wasn't a backpacker and whatever the hell that means. And then I referenced the 2020 interview with come on. He said, all my family got big houses. I said, yeah, that you paid for. But like, you know what I'm saying? He be trying to seem so humble, but he's just so arrogant. And this is why I'm saying that people don't listen, self-reflect all the time, all the time. And just because I say tell you to self-reflect, it doesn't mean that somebody else is not treating you right. But realize how you showing up. When I heard Kanye West, I said he doesn't even see it. He doesn't see anything wrong with what he's doing. And those are the scariest people. The man is older already. He's already older. He's gonna remain that way. You know what I'm saying? He's going to remain that way. If I was a high level or like high earning male like he was, I would try to learn more patience. I would get the best therapy. Like, you see how subtle like even Drake is. Like, Drake is always all smiles. He always has good conversation. Same thing with Jay-Z. Kanye West in his conversation is like he's always trying to put somebody down. He's the richest. He's this. He's that. It's like we really don't even care. It's like once you get to a certain amount of money, you just got money. Who cares if I had $1 billion coming from the hood and you had 9 of them? I wouldn't give a fuck. I'd be like, go Kanye. Shit, I'm still in the same areas as you. I still got the same access. Who gives a shit? You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Garlic helps ground me back into my body as a natural way of easing my mental. Ooh, I heard a lot about the properties of garlic helping people out. My birthday is February 5th. My birthday is February 10th. Yep. And I'm going to Cabo on February 9th, and I'm going to come back on the 12th. So I'm going to be there. I'm going to get there early. So if I fly out I seen this one flight. If I fly out at 5, I'll get there at 1. So I can say 1 till whatever. That's a whole day. So I won't feel cheated. I learned that from my friend too. He told me always get that early flight when you're going somewhere so you can just get the hell out and get in. The earlier you get there, the better. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the early flight to Cabo. I think I want to go to Cabo. It's 2 places. Either I'm going to go to Jamaica. I don't know if I want to go there, or I'm going to go to Cabo, because I feel like Cabo is not far from here. Like, I'm in Houston, so it's literally I'm at the bottom and just going up. So I think I'm going to do Cabo. I seen this nice ass resort. I seen this one. You could literally in February go to Cabo for like $500 for like a 3-night. And I was like, nah, let me get the fucking 4-star shit. So it's like $1,000, because that's still good though. That, you mean to tell me I get a round trip flight and I get a bomb ass ocean view? Yeah, and I'm booking that shit on my own. Let me tell you something, right? Ladies, like, be careful when you traveling, but don't be scared to travel on your own. If you travel on your own, at least be one of them women who you can own your shit. Like my friend Tanya, she's been to so many different places by herself, and shit almost like happened to her. But she has that type of personality where she's like, aggressive. Like, where you just kind of like, I remember one time she was in this video and she was walking in the Dominican Republic, and this guy, like, he was walking behind her and she was like, hi. He kept walking, and she's like, listen, I already told you, like, stop following me. Like, you got to be assertive. Don't be afraid to go and live life. And you know what I'm saying? And I probably know people who probably will go with me on the trip, but I just really want to go and just catch a vibe on my own. I just love that shit. And you want to know why? I remember like when me and my friends we used to travel, like, when me and my friend Lester and we all went to somewhere, and I was just like, I'm the type of person like this. Say we do a group travel, right? I said, I don't mind doing stuff with everybody, but I don't like people to be along with me my whole way of the trip. I don't know why. I love to create my own memories. Like, I remember even as being a little boy and we went to Disney World, when we got to that damn resort, all my family was done putting their stuff, like packing it, like, unpacking stuff in the condo, right? I took myself outside and walked. Now, I was very vigilant, because I'm like, first and foremost, I was like a big guy, and it was like, you wasn't gonna fucking abduct me. I wanted to experience the resort on my own and walk to the pool. So I walked to the pool. I was there for probably like 3-4 minutes, and I walked back. I like to have my own type of existence on any trip. I don't want everything super planned where it's like, we going here, we going there, we going there, we can see each other all throughout the trip, but I got to do some shit on my own. I like to have my own memories. I'm trying to get flew out to Australia. Shit, I ain't trying to go. If I go anywhere that far, I'm going to Africa. I have a homie out there on Australia. Autopilot, yes. Just to add that spice. I put garlic in everything too, and cayenne pepper. I started doing that when I moved here to Houston, not going out like Aaliyah. If it happened, it happened though, I think Aaliyah, thank you, I appreciate that. What song you talking about? Here We Go? Or Selfish? Let me see what's going on my Spotify. Let's see where we at. Oh, my shit is going up. Okay. Here we go. Got 95 spins. So this song just came out 2 hours ago. I already got 95 streams on Here We Go. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Let's go. I appreciate y'all supporting my shit for real. I don't know who's playing that shit, but I know since I released it, I almost got 100 spins on it. So it's definitely appreciated. So yeah, make sure you go to iTunes, check out my album leaks volume 1. I want to see if I could get that shit to crack the top 100 of iTunes. That shit would definitely be impressive to me. Let me see. Let me close this out and refresh it, because I know a few people text me back, told me that they purchased it. I just want to see something. Because it's not really that hard, because you got to think about it. Not that many people actually buying albums nowadays. So it's like, it's really easy to do it. Let me just see. And that was always one of my issues. I don't know if y'all can tell, but I kind of like, I'm emotionally intelligent. I keep saying that because it's like, I love to talk, but I also give breaks. So I like to break and let, especially if I'm talking to somebody else, but that's always been an issue of mine. I love to talk. I remember when I was in 5th grade one time, my teacher, rest in peace to him, Mr. LaChance, I remember he told me, he said, you do so good, but he said, you keep talking throughout class. He said, you're going to miss the honor roll. I said, I don't give a Once I realized that, and that was in 5th grade, and I had made the honor roll all 3 other marking periods, but he really didn't give me the fucking mark. He didn't give me the honor roll 3rd marking period because me and my fucking friend, what was his name? Was it Toby? No, it wasn't Toby. What was his name? That white boy. It was Daniel. Oh my God, guys. You know what's so crazy? So I had Josh, and Daniel. So when I was in 5th grade, it was this kid named Josh. He was this white boy, and this kid named Daniel. So we used to sit next to each other at Philip Schuyler. So we used to talk all the time. That's what I'm saying. Like, even though women have been my best friends, if I'm sitting around you, I'm going to talk to you. Like, we used to just talk and talk. But we did our fucking work. We did our work. And I remember my teacher brought me in the hall. He said, yo, if you keep, it was a white guy. He's like, if you keep talking, he was like, you're going to miss the honor roll. And I internalized that as like, I'm going to miss the honor roll for talking? Fuck that. You think I stopped? I didn't stop. But when I didn't make it, I did turn that shit around for the last one though. But we used to talk like all the time, and I used to be ordering pizzas to his house. Like, he didn't even know I had his phone number, and like, so I had his phone number, and back in those days, I knew where he lived at, and I was just like, yeah, nigga, I'm about to order pizzas to your house. Came to school the next day in 5th grade. He was like, oh my God, I got all these pizzas to our house. Like, we didn't order them. I was sitting there like, yeah, that's crazy. Word to everything I love. I wish I could bring my brother up here to talk. We used to do a lot of fucking shit like that. Call niggas' houses and do pranks and all of that shit. I remember I used to call my friends, because my friend Aunt, she used to piss me off because my friend Benita, she wasn't like us. We would be on the phone on the school night till like 11:30, and that was late to us, right? That was late, but Benita Aunt, she would try to take the phone sometimes, and we'd be mad, right? So I would call Benita's aunt's number and block my number, and I would just like, I would do some fucked up shit. It wouldn't be fucked up though, but she was like a church lady, right? So I would call Benita's aunt when she would take the phone from her, and I would do like, let the church say amen. And I would just sing on that shit, right? And she'd be like, my aunt said somebody called and was singing church songs and shit like that. I would just call and do like, and be like that on the phone and like singing church songs and shit. Her aunt used to piss me off. See, I don't know if you guys could tell this or if you grew up with a parent like this, but my mother was so freeing. Like, she let me do what I want as long as I knew, like, you know right from wrong. And you know what's so crazy now that I think about it? My mother didn't always show me right from wrong, but she will always say that. She will always say that. She'd be like, you know right from wrong. So as a adult male, even when I'm down where I am now, if something happened, like, nigga, you know right from wrong. It's certain things that just stick with me, right? So hold on, let me read the comments because I feel like I've been, that man is insecure, period. Let's see, people in Texas don't really give a fuck in my real life experience with them. You got to get around the right people. He's going through something similar to Nicki, how he's banned from radio and always deemed crazy in the media to discredit anything he says. I wouldn't say it's exactly to Nicki, I do think Kanye is. I don't think anybody is crazy. I do think that certain people have imbalances that they need to. Some people need more help than others. You know, I have an anxiety that I feel like is manageable. I would never take medication because I don't want nobody to take any of my personality away. I'm not taking no fucking pills. Being on a pill, and you think you're gonna control this? Hell no, no. It's a blessing to be in your right state of mind. I don't know if I'm gonna have Alzheimer's in 20 years from now, 30 years from now. I'm gonna talk and do whatever the fuck I want to as I can. I don't need nothing suppressing me. Now, if I was manic bipolar, I see so much in Kanye. If I was like that, then you need medication to help you, and some people just want to avoid it, right? I do believe like they had a high-speed chase here in Houston today, and I be feeling like the people who do that be people who was bugged out. Like, some of the people just be bugged out and they can't help it. And then once you dig into the story, they be like they was off their medication. They can't help it. They can't help what they go through. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that some people just really need the help. And I think Kanye, he would be a much better individual. He probably would be of sound mind better. Not saying that he don't say good things, but he just would probably be a little better. Let me see. This person always trying to get my attention. Always. I know you listening to me too. I know you are. You ain't slick. So listen, let me see. I think a lot of Kanye's actions show you how the media tries to ruin you. I don't know. Let me read. I understand what you're saying though, but I feel like Kanye is a problem too. I ain't gonna escape over that. I'm not. I think he is. I think Kanye, and you know what was so crazy in that interview? He was like, most artists are narcissists. No, you're a narcissist. You're a narcissist. You're so self-absorbed that it's disgusting. He is a narcissist. He is. He said that shit and he was like, most artists, nope, Nori's not a narcissist. He's damn sure not. No. Nori has a light energy. He has a very playful energy, even though he's a little annoying sometimes, especially with them big teeth. I love Nori though because he's a part of my childhood and I'll never fucking forget that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like no other person would be better for that position. And I love that he comes from a fan perspective, but he didn't go into that album enough because I don't think he really liked the album. Because I'm wondering like, why is Larry Hoover's son here? Like, what is the bigger, like what is going on? Imagine all of the kids who die daily in Chicago. It's just like, Kanye, you have such a bigger purpose. And you know what? I said as some correction to myself, I said, I wonder this, right? Now, somebody would actually have to show me this because if it were to be this, then I understand, right? Imagine if you are a billionaire and you just like, you know what? I want to help Chicago, but I don't see why this would be possible. And what if it was just like, well, you can't just do it like that. Like, no, you can just fucking do it like that. I don't give a fuck if you opened up and did gift cards to everybody in areas. I don't give a fuck if you tried to open up something maybe open up a business in Chicago. You worried about being on Balenciaga shit. Open up a store in Chicago and employ all black people. You know, like try to come together with the mothers who have lost children in Chicago and try to build something that maybe they could come together and do something monthly that would be healing. Like, you know what I'm saying? You out here, Larry Hoover, unfortunately, he's been in prison for 47 years, but it's just like, okay, he's 70 years old, right? He should still have people who fight for him and stuff. But I just didn't understand the relevance. I felt like his son being in that Drink Champs interview was all for clout for Kanye. Because let me tell you something. Real street niggas who do that shit, it's just like, you don't need to do that. It's like, to me, it just showed that Kanye was pussy. It's just like, you just trying to have these names behind you, like, oh, Kanye, Larry Hoover, Jay Prince, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and them niggas know who they are. Like, they know, like, what they bring forth. Hold on a second. Let me go get my water real quick. Hold on. Matter of fact, let me go into this. Let me knock this real quick. And then, you know damn well, like, you know what you're doing. Let me see something. Do I want to finish? Do I want to go into selfish? Nah, let me go into here we go. No. Let me go to that. Hold on. Let's go into that.
Here we go, I'm glad I'm doing it all. I'm glad I'm putting it down. I got this thing off the ground. It wasn't easy, yo, when they expect you to lose. And it's your choice if you choose. Keep my movement on the move. Let's go, here we go. I take the good with the bad. I swear there's no looking back. Just focus on where I'm at. They tried to count me out. Only God knows when I'm done. I'm shining just like the sun. Until then I'm having fun. You feel me? This one goes out to those feeling hopeless. It's a struggle, that's the reason why I wrote this. But take your iPhone out and note this. And type out, turn pain into focus. And keep it moving, stay focused on your routine. Your past failed, let's get you on the new things. That past stuff don't define you. I had to drop this track to remind you. Yo, I did my best after dealing with stress. Keep fighting under pressure. So all the tests, they thought that I was done. Yeah, I hear they upset. Assumed that I was finished and they probably had bets. But I just kept on working on my bars, yo. I went from mixtape straight into song mode. Now my CD's got a barcode. All my tracks on iTunes you can download. But yo, this for y'all who persevere, who did it all alone with no person there. Don't even be mad, don't curse or swear, cause the good thing about it is you're prepared. I learned a lesson through the depression. I had to cross people out. Yeah, I made corrections. Y'all can count me out cause I count on me. I'm in a brand new place where I'm proud to be. Let's go. Here we go. I'm glad I'm doing it all. I'm glad I'm putting it down. I got this thing off the ground. It wasn't easy, yo, when they expect you to lose. And it's your choice if you choose. Keep my movement on the move. Let's go. Here we go. I take the good with the bad. I swear there's no looking back. Just focus on where I'm at. They tried to count me out. Only God knows when I'm done. I'm shining just like the sun. Until then I'm having fun. You feel me? It's a real cold world that we living in. But stay strong, don't let them see you giving in. Cause people laugh at the hell that you living in. And make jokes where your options is limited. Could be the ones telling you what's up. Only come around when they use you up. And that's the reason you ain't really got nothing. That's not your real friends and I'm not fronting. The difference between me and the competition, they rely on crews and I'm self-sufficient. Yeah, I cut people off when I had suspicion. I just felt bad vibes in my intuitions. But I'm up, I don't care if you down. I swam through deep water when you prayed, I drowned. Took flights out of town, never stayed around. And thank God when the plane landed safe on ground. But this for my people living with restrictions. Going hard trying to kick addictions. You could do it, hear my conviction. This is true story, we don't deal with fiction. Let the song lift you up, take this as a keepsake. You deserve it all, don't deal with cheapskates. LeBron on the track, yo, it's more than just he say. My first week I need it like his Jordan release date. Here we go, I'm glad I'm doing it all. I'm glad I'm putting it down. I got this thing off the ground. It wasn't easy, yo, when they expect you to.
I'm so proud of that record. I can't fucking lie. I'm very proud of that record. Cause it's just like, I fucked people mind up when I posted that shit on my Facebook page. Like, what y'all niggas thought I was coming with? Like, voicemail and selfish? Like, no. This is not the same mixtape circuit shit that you thinking that I can do that easily. So I'm proud of that record though, so real talk.
And it's your choice if you choose. Keep my movement on the move. Let's go. Here we go. I take the good with the bad. I swear there's no looking back. Just focus on where I'm at. They tried to count me out. Only God knows when I'm done. I'm shining just like the sun. Until then I'm having fun. You feel me? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go, yo. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go, yo. Let's go. Never give up. Keep going.
Yeah, that's the main one. So make sure you check that shit out. Make sure you go to iTunes, search for LaRon Album Leaks Volume 1. I'm going to put the link also. Well, if you go to my community tab, you'll be able to see it. What the hell is this? Oh, I appreciate that. People be leaving nice messages all the time. I appreciate that shit. Real talk. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, going forward, to me, it's all about like, to me, it's all about like what matters the most. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I missed something up there. Okay, I've seen all of that. I'm February 24th. Okay. So you a Pisces. I love Pisces. One of my best friends, Benita, she's a Pisces. They're very caring people. They're very in tune with shit too. The ones who I met, they've been very like good people. I'm drinking this Waterloo sparkling water. That shit is so good. It kind of gives you the effect of a soda, but it's not a soda. Oh, excuse me. Wait, hold on a second. Let me see. I like that, LaRon. I love this song. Thank you. I appreciate that. Gonna catch this when it's done. I missed too much of it. Oh shit. What's up, Oya? Oya. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Virg said something earlier that I wanted to read. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let me see. You said something about weight loss earlier. Hold on, I gotta burp. Let me mute this shit. All right. Let's see. Virg, you said something about your weight loss. I seen it earlier and I was talking, so I didn't talk about it. Where the hell? Oh, this is 1 hour and 30. See, I ain't been up here that long. I just got up here late. That's why it's late. That's why it's like, I think I'm going to get off of here probably at 1 hour and 45 minutes. I'm trying to find your message that you told about your... Okay. I lost 86 pounds by portion eating and walking 30 minutes 2-3 times a week. Feels so much better. That's good. That's good. You got to do whatever it is to, to better your life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Do whatever it is. If you got to eat more vegetables. Like, to me, honestly, right? I was getting scared because I thought I was going to have to go to the doctors or some shit. But what I was really doing was just probably not feeding my body right, because I was drinking juices, going to Starbucks, getting them damn refreshers and eating what I wanted to and stuff like that. And I just felt like I had like a leaky gut like type of symptoms, right? But then, like, I don't know what it is. But like I said, every time something happens like that causes a huge shift in my life, it makes me just want to like switch some shit up and just like put some things into perspective. But ever since I've been like just ODing and just like eating the vegetables, doing the intermittent fasting, drinking my water regularly like I'm supposed to, and like shit like that, even my mood I feel like has improved. And I basically don't even have no issues with my stomach. So sometimes you got to sit back and you got to stop doing what you're doing. Like, yo, you don't know how this shit be making me feel sometime, right? Like, I be watching so many local artists that's in my area. And even though, like, I'm telling you, like, on my playlist, I put so many different artists on there that they don't even never support my music. And I just put it on there because I know they want people to listen to their stuff. Like, I be showing so much love to people. And I'm telling you, this is why I get love back, because even when they don't show it back, God is blessing me, right? It's local artists. They don't ever show no love to me at all, right? And I be playing, like, let me show you something. I don't have no beef with them or anything like that. But shit, I know that I'm the reason why your Spotify has numbers. I know that it is, because before you only had like 2 listeners a month, right? Niggas got like almost 100 listens a month. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's not being funny, but it's like, y'all ain't never shared none of my music. You never shared none of my links. You never did none of that shit. And what I'm telling you is I always come from a position of giving because I get more back. And it's almost like a universe fuck. I'm telling you, that's been my method all along. And I naturally give. I naturally, right? I remember one time it was this old man, and you might have looked at this like, oh, that's so fucking stupid. Why would you do that, right? It was this old black man, right? I had just came out of Blaze Pizza, and I had fucking, when I go to Blaze Pizza, I be having them hook that fucking pizza up. I be getting me like a meatball type of sub, or a meatball pizza or some shit. I don't even remember what I had that time. But I remember I had just got my pizza, and I opened that box up. I was at that light at that turnaround. And that old black man looked at me. He looked so sad in the face. He put his hand out like a little kid, like he wanted a piece. I gave him that whole fucking box. I'm telling you, it made me feel good to be. I was like, damn. I was like, I just got this pizza. I could get more pizza. I could buy 10 pizzas. Like, you know what I'm saying? But just to satisfy that person, and just like, he looked like a little kid. It's just like, I don't know what that man been through in his life. And I'm one of those people too. I don't go deep with this shit. You know how you see people and they ask you for money? Either you gonna fucking give it to them or you not. They could go get drugs or whatever, or they not. I don't give a fuck about none of that. You giving it or you not. Give it or move the fuck on. Now, if I'm in front of the store, I am gonna buy you something to eat. I've done that before, but I was already going in there and I had a debit card, and I was damn sure not going to the damn ATM to give you money. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times they be asked out for shit like that. But I give money when I want to, and I don't give when I don't want to give. You know what I'm saying? But I don't feel like it's that deep. Like, yeah, if a man is already out on the street, right? You know, my little cousin, fucking 16 years old, made me think this. She's like, why do people say that they don't want to give money to bums because they're going to go buy drugs? She said, what the fuck you want them to buy? A house? Like, what are they going to buy? Go put the money down on a house? What the fuck do you think they're going to buy? Leave people alone. Leave them alone. And that's what I do. If I see you out on the street, I might not give all the time, but most of the time I will. And I give what I want to give. But I don't know. I just practice being a good person because I'm telling you guys, like, I don't know what it is. I've been in some situations where I've gotten out of it, like both like financial, physical, like all types of shit, right? And I feel like God just be having his eye on the sparrow. Like, I know he watches me. I know for a fact that he watches me. And that's why I just do good things to people. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to let people run over me, but I do good things. Like, you know, I have a giving spirit. Like, you know what I'm saying? My friend tomorrow, right? Is it today's Friday the 12th? Tomorrow, so you know I'm in Houston, but I'm from Albany. But on Saturday, she's going to this event and she's gonna start selling like her hair products and creams and stuff like that. And every time that she goes to do these events, I always send her cash apps all the time when she's at her event live. And she'd be like, "Oh my God!" Like, yep. I said, "How much you selling your stuff for?" Don't even give it away to somebody, but I'll just send her money and it'll just hit her, and then she'll place an order through my business, and it's just it's reciprocated. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like I'm not there, but I still do that. My little cousins and stuff, they be selling plates and doing all types of stuff in New York, and I'll be like, "What's your cash app? Let me send this to you." Boom. You know what I'm saying? Just to show love. And I'm telling you, I've been like that. Like, my mom taught me how to be like that. But my mom, she do that a little bit too much when people be playing her. But for me, I do it because I know that I'm going to get it back. I don't do it just because of that. I do it because I'm a good person. But I know how the universe going to handle me. I already know it. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to, you have to have something to even be able to give anyway. So, yeah. Make it a movie. Let's see. Let me go to the bottom. I like that. Yeah, 86 pounds. That's dope. That is a lot. That's a lot of weight, Virgil. Shit, you probably had to buy a whole bunch of new clothes and shit like that. But it's, you know what? It's like, what you gonna do? You gonna stay big just because you got big fucking clothes? Like, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck? What you gonna do? I remember when I was like doing all my walking and shit, I thought I lost like 40 or 50 pounds, right? And you know what's so crazy? I put all that shit right back on, but I took probably about 25 pounds off of that shit. It's so easy for me to lose weight. You know what? And I'm not even exercising. All I really do is change my diet, and I do intermittent fasting, and it works for me. Like, my friend, she was like, intermittent fasting didn't work for me. Yeah, because you know why it's not working for you? Because what people think about intermittent fasting, so say I fast for 10 hours a day. No, say that I fast for like today I fast for 16 hours because I didn't eat till like 3 o'clock. So what is that? So if I last ate at 10 to 10 is 12. So 10 a.m. is 12. So 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. Damn, I fasted for mad hours today, right? I didn't eat until like I got done doing what I was doing. But what I'm saying is that even though I only have a certain amount of window to eat, I'm not cramming junk into myself. I don't do that shit. Like, we not doing that. You're not doing no fucking junk. Shit, this shit takes mental control. And I'm telling you, all of this is to lose weight and to be healthy. You have to enact some sort of discipline in your life. You have to have some sort of discipline. You know what I mean? You see somebody in a room and you see they got some delicious ass cupcakes. Do yourself and boost yourself up and be like, you know what, I'm good. They're gonna be like, you don't want this? No, I don't want it. Yeah, yes, I love cupcakes. I just don't want one. Like, you know what I'm saying? One of my friends put me on to that. I was just like, yo, you strong as fuck. We went down to this Italian bakery before and we brought all these pretty cupcakes back. And Sunshine, she will fuck cupcakes up. She turned around and looked. She was like, oh, they look so nice. I said, you want one? She said, no, I don't want one. I said, you sure? She said, no. She said, it's a cupcake. I can get a cupcake when I want one. She was like, that cupcake ain't going nowhere. And she's right. That shit ain't going nowhere. But you think that you gotta have shit. And you know what? That's why I taught my nieces at an early age, when people offer you shit, don't take everything that people offer you. You know what I'm saying? Be a little funny about shit, like, sometimes, if within means. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just want to be taking shit from people. Let's see. Yeah, I'm about to get up off here though. So I'm at 1 hour 46 minutes. So yeah, let me see if I could take that Azealia Banks shit out of here, because I don't even feel like going into that at all. Let me see. Let me go to my StreamYard and just take it off. I'm so mad I fucking forgot the damn... hold on. So all of these years, I had MySpace since probably like 2007, right? And I don't know my login no more. And I'm just like, well, I just gotta let it go. I was kind of pissed though, because I was like, I'm one of those people... let me tell you, I'm not highly judgmental, but I do accept things for how they are, and I just kind of like build a profile of what a person is, right? You ever meet a person where they have to make multiple Facebook pages because they don't know the password? To me, that's a poor example of responsibility. See, you might not. I look at everything differently. How the fuck do you have to keep creating new accounts because you don't know your Gmail password? You can't reset it. Some people just. I'm telling you, I filter things differently. When you look at a person, you like, why you got so many Facebook pages? Oh, I forgot the password. That's poor. How the fuck you forget the password? Now, you talking about me, I had that account since 2007. I don't even think I got the email for that shit no more. I was just basically remembering that shit and just going off of like memory or some shit like that. But nah, that shit is definitely a red flag when people keep having to create accounts because they don't know the passwords and shit like that and they done fucking lock themselves out. It shows poor responsibility. You know what I'm saying? I have my same Facebook page, my same Instagram. Everything is original. One of my friends, her page recently got hacked, and I said, "What are you doing? Like, how'd your page get hacked? Like, somebody else is completely posting pictures of themselves on her page." And I said, "You must have been clicking on them apps." I said, "And you got a verified page too. How the fuck you let your page get hacked? You got a verified page. What? Come on." Let's see. So yeah, I'm about to get up off of this shit. I appreciate the people chatting tonight. Yeah, again, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you check out, even if you got Apple Music or if you have Spotify, just make sure that you check out my EP that dropped. I'm gonna put the link below this shit just for the people to catch it. It's also on the community tab, but yeah, just check that shit out. If you have iTunes, please support the project. You know what I'm saying? It's only $3.66, so it's probably like $4 and some change. Like, you know, it'd be like 7 cents on every dollar. So yeah, just check that shit out and leave your comments below. Let me know what you thought about the Kanye West Drink Champs interview if you've seen the new one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was a little upset at Kanye with the Talib Kweli talk. It's like, come on. There's just several things that I was upset about in that shit. But listen, what's up, Kay? I'm about to be up out of here. Kay, make sure you check out, I dropped the lyric video for Here We Go. So check that out and make sure you check it out on the streaming platforms or iTunes if you want to purchase it as well. So yeah, I'm probably going to be back tomorrow to talking shit though. But this your boy LaRon, female rap elite, and I'm the fuck up out of here.